So yeah, the focus is still resilience, but there's a lot that has to happen to achieve that state. It's recovery. Recovery is part of everyone's life. I don't care who you are. We all have to recover from multiple things. This is about becoming, learning to choose whether you're going to rise like a phoenix or crash like things that crash. I crashed out so many times before recovering and becoming who I am, which is my favorite version. I don't go out much, I don't seek attention, but I'm so much happier to be myself. I'm freaking resilient, I'll tell you that much. I don't have this channel or make these videos because I'm any kind of saint. But in my pain, in my fog, I have made many mistakes. Things that I can't take back, mistakes that I can't change. Hi, my name is Allison, and I'm imperfect. My last imperfection was trading my daily walk for mint chip chocolate ice cream today with extra chocolate syrup. I'm truly ashamed. The hell I am. I accept my imperfections gladly now. You will too, if you don't already. You will. I've learned so much. I am not pretending to be a perfect human. There is no such a thing. It is hard to get your bearings and learn from anything, let alone the mistakes you know you're making, sometimes on purpose. We all do it. I'm here to support you and go to bat for you. I'm turning my pain and grief into purpose. The purpose of helping young people get through similar difficulties like the ones that I had when I was young. It started very young for me. The adults are drowning in their regrets, whether they show it or not. I'm trying to get new adults to grow here. Seriously, I can't think of anybody I know or used to know because I can feel them all. My intuition is way in tune and everyone is struggling. I went through my struggling. I'm not struggling now, but I put in the work. That's the bottom line, the main attraction. That's what's up, man. Adults are in regret, and you're the next generation. You're the next adults. I'm sure you're getting guidance, but you deserve to know what to watch for, what to learn, what to avoid. And I'm just here to add to whatever guidance you're already getting. So you're sensitive to energy, and even if you don't really understand what that means or what energy actually is, now here's what we all deal with as sensitive people who feel deeply and sometimes don't know how to control our responses to these feelings and this energy. We live in a society that has been built by people who had strong beliefs, not all the same beliefs, and they didn't realize that the blueprint was intricately designed behind an opaque and soundproof curtain in secret. Very few people were a part of that. The lower level government officials, politicians, organizations, and institutions were given blueprints and directives, and they did what they were told because they believed it was the right thing, I guess. A few anyway. Some were just clout chasers. There's so many of those, but there were people behind the curtain creating the blueprints and doling out the instructions and giving each group a different set of instructions. That was so that they would work together but not function. It's pretty infuriating stuff when you dig into it, and I've been digging into it for decades. These blueprints led to a population that was persuaded to make unhealthy choices, detrimental to their physical, mental, and emotional health and stability, and detrimental to how we relate to each other, our interpersonal relationships. The varying relationships we develop are not what they could be, what we're capable of. Everyone is on a spectrum of terrible to wonderful, but still we are unaware of some of our most detrimental beliefs and habits regarding other people. Our relationships with people we care about or people we can't stand. I mean, it's a thing. No perfection. There's no perfection. Humans deal with these issues differently depending on their circumstances, their country's beliefs, their country's resources, their education. But we are where we are now. It doesn't help us to dissect the past and be bitter. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help us personally or as a society. I've learned the hard way, blaming and wanting retribution. Many people do in their own way, toward life, towards each other, seek retribution and blame others. Maybe you do too, or maybe it's done to you. There are changes happening in the world, beautiful ones. But the good stuff isn't what is presented for you to consume, watch, or read. You're distracted so you won't see it. For many generations, that's been the case. Look, there is reason to be encouraged, inspired, invigorated, and strengthened. Yeah. There are many ways to do good, quote unquote. I can't quote unquote. There are many ways to do good in the world, to contribute to the beautiful things that truly are happening. They don't put that on the news. They don't put it in your feed. Well, some people do. It depends on what you like. But more important even still, more important than that is how each of us become either inspired or inhibited, guided or diverted, more compassionate or more spiteful, more accountable for our own actions, or projecting our crap all over each other, more considerate or more critical, more forgiving or more condemning. The level of projection is outrageous. When I was at my worst, in a very painful mindset, unable to escape hell, I did not trust my intuition or my energy, the two things that help us know which way to slalom. The very things that could tell me who I could trust or who I couldn't. I was unable to tell the difference between trustworthy people and not trustworthy people. People were difficult to read, or more accurately, I didn't trust my alarms or the red flags. Because of my energy level, which was low, I attracted, meaning I was the target of, some people who had no shame, no self-reflection, no authenticity at all. I was a foreigner in another country. It's a lot like how some foreigners are treated in my country by a lot of people. They took advantage of me, they used me, they enjoyed seeing me at my worst and at my most depressed because it made them feel better about themselves. At the same time, I was making really bad choices, really bad, like stupid and ridiculous, I admit it. They enjoyed that too. They were seriously atrocious, cruel, and fraudulent people. And I still hope they heal. I do. But I ain't holding my breath. I tell you this to help you remember that your intuition and alarms that go off, the red flags, the stuff that is meant to protect you from other people's negative energy and their dark intentions, and they're out there. It makes it so important that you keep in high vibrations or in resilient attitudes, to put it another way, and stop saying the E word. I don't like it. I don't like telling you that all people are not decent, but it is true. Sometimes you meet them to learn something, and sometimes it's a lesson gone wrong. It's up to you to develop the ability to know the difference. You can heal from most anything. Don't ever forget that. Overcoming is a human trait that we are letting go of, but you don't have to. That kind of world is going to change. It's changing, but some will crash and some will rise. There are people who feel it is preferable to mess with other people's lives, relationships, successes and failures and opportunities than to be decent humans and get what they want responsibly with their own acts of decent, growth-minded intentions. They wear facades, very fake ones, because they believe that everyone is fake. That's not true, and it's sad. What you don't hear about, which is why I'm trying to fill you in early in your life, is that energy, which is consciousness, is making itself known now. And negative energy and intentions are backfiring. I'll explain that another time. People who can't raise their vibrations try to control narratives, to fake out the cosmos, the universe, God, Allah, Shiva. They're all the same energy. Whoever you believe in, that's a no-go. There is no faking it. You cannot fake it. All energy is connected. This is why I'm able to understand and know what's happening with people I truly care about. Don't take this too hard, but there really is nowhere to hide. So here are some ways, some tips on how to rise. Look at yourself. Peel your layers. Yep, it's the onion metaphor. The layers of trauma, tragedy, pain, self-criticism, self-loathing, abandonment, all of the difficult emotions, the scars, the scabs, the repression, what you've done, what's been done to you. You don't have to be ashamed of any of it. You just need to take all that power that these issues have over you back. Take that power back. With all the many ways that you can begin to raise your energy, your vibration, begin to feel some relief and positive brain chemistry. And by the way, also regulating your nervous system. I'll probably go into that deeper at another time because I regulated mine. I had no idea how bad off I was. My nervous system was a train wreck. And so I focused on it and I did what I needed to get my nervous system to calm the beep down and ride the rising tide to levels of unfolding life paths that lead to you contributing to this new world that is now rising up. If you don't contribute, you're going to end up like all of these adults with big ass regrets. There are great new life paths available to you, but they're not handed out. You have to create your path. It's not set in stone. It's a story you're writing. And what you create looks really good on resumes and applications, dudes. Just saying. A great way to take your power back is by not allowing those who want to get their desires met and their expectations fulfilled by manipulating other people's lives and messing with their energy. And while you're at it, think long and hard before you do it to someone else. Learn to recognize the difference between your energy and the energy of other people. And learn how to protect your vibration. I have the bubble hack already made, but I'm not convinced that it's going to do any. I'm not convinced that anybody cares about it yet. I'm going to put it out because it's what saved me. But I'm still working up to it. The ways in which the world is changing for the better can only be reached, participated in, or benefited from by matching the rising vibrations in behaviors, in choices, in reactions, and in feelings. So what is calling you to take off your mask, the mask you've been taught to wear? What's underneath it, Anakin? Are you Jedi or are you Sith? If you're young, you still have time to really determine the path you want to start walking down. But even as I say that, I have to add, you may change directions many times. That's okay. You may see many paths and be concerned you'll take the wrong one. There is no wrong path. The destination will still be the same. How you get there is your choice. Changes, self-correcting, that's living. Does it cause you harm? That's up to you. Does it cause someone else harm? That's also up to you. Here's the human dilemma. Do I make choices that cause harm or not? Do I choose a path that harms somebody else? What do you want to regret? But the path can be one of many possibilities. Like my yellow brick road would be purple bricks with a hint of gold inlay. Though yellow is a very positive, energetic color. But everything has its own vibration. Everything has its own frequency, including colors and metals. Purple with gold. I know it sounds all royal. I'm not royal, I'm noble. My name, Allison, in Gaelic means noble, and I have tried to stick by that ever since I found that out. So I've said all this in hopes of beginning to help you understand that resilience does not come easily. I never meant to make it sound like it's easy. It takes thought, it takes understanding, and it takes intuition. It takes positive choices by decent human beings. It takes a desire to feel resilient, which does not come from negative vibes. Yeah, you do have a choice. And if you don't learn how to make that choice now, I keep mentioning all the adults with regrets, right? There's a reason, because they're miserable. I'm real. This really is why I'm here doing this. is so there are fewer adults in the future with these kind of regrets that are tearing them up inside. And while I don't like speaking about people badly, like my friends in the other country that I used to live in, they weren't friends. I did think they were, though. But I don't like speaking about people badly because they've got reasons for the way they are. Their lives shaped them. Their issues come from youth. There is, again, how issues come from youth. You can pick up on stuff now if you're willing. You are capable, or you wouldn't be watching this. But they're not interested, some of them, most of them. They're not interested in becoming resilient or recovering from their issues. If you are interested in being a resilient, rising phoenix, it will depend on the choices you make, based on what you learn each and every day. Today is one of those days, I hope. It's not a pressure test or requirements to obey. It's just food for thought, man. Dude, whatever your generation says. Who do you want to be? Anakin. It's just because I do love you guys. Kids around the world are what I refer to as my kids. I didn't get to be a mom because of the medications I was on and lack of a decent partner. I've had partners, I've had boyfriends, but I did not make good choices. And I hope to see you thrive in high vibes, man. So, peace out.